Okay, let's get started. I'm going to talk about creating SEO, search engine optimization, such that your site will get more traffic based on you referring to Silicon Valley Code Camp. Sounds like magic? It's not. It's actually very straightforward. Google's happy with it, we're happy with it, you'll be happy with it. So just to start out, I wrote a detailed article just now on how to do this. I posted it on my blog at peterkellner.net. Title is Boost Your SEO and Promote Silicon Valley Code Camp at the Same Time. So here's the article. It just talks about what you have to do. It talks about how Douglas Crockford could do it on his site. I actually did it for him. It shows you actually what he would do. It shows you what you would end up getting, what the website looks like. It goes through the whole process. But I'm going to go through that same process right here, so if you follow along, you won't have to read my article, and I promise to be done in 5 minutes, if I can not be a liar. Alright, so you go to the Silicon Valley website, you go to the About, and you'll see on your page, you'll see this link called Live Referral Links, and if you're a speaker, you'll see one that says My Referral Links. If you're not a speaker, you need to email service at siliconvalleycodecamp.com, and we'll enable your account so you can do this too, because we want everybody promoting Silicon Valley Code Camp, and we want to give you credit for that promotion. Alright, so just by way of overview, what the world will see when they come unauthenticated to the site, in other words not logged in, what they'll see is live referral links, and they'll see this page which shows the name of the people who have linked to Silicon Valley Code Camp, the link that they actually linked with, in this case Douglas Crockford, json.org, the number of referrals generated from that site, the name of the group, and then the person who owns that link, or who claims to own that link, their website. So let's take a quick look at json.org. So I'm going to right mouse and say Open New Tab. And look at this. This is Douglas's site, http://www.json.org, and he put right in the middle of his site, he put a Silicon Valley Code Camp link. So if I hover over this, notice on the bottom of the page it says www.siliconvalleycodecamp.com. So if I click on that, which I'm going to do right now, it takes me right to the Silicon Valley Code Camp website. So let's close that, and let's look what happened. If I refresh this page by clicking Live Referrals, see, look, someone else did it, because now that referral count went from 78 to 80. So essentially what we're going to teach you how to do is put a link on your page. Well, we're not really going to teach you, we're going to hope you know how to do that. And then we're going to show you how to integrate that link so that you can show up on this page just like json.org is showing up. If you can see below that Beth Massey has an article she wrote that's been linked 41 times in Microsoft MSDN blogs, and here's her site. And then I did one also, and I did this actually when I wrote the article a few minutes ago. Alright, so we've talked about where that link comes from, and you know you want it. So what does it actually take to make that link? Well, first thing you want to do is you want to go into some program like Douglas wrote in, as json.org, and stick in the link. Then what's going to happen is every time someone clicks on that link, so for example, if I go to peterkellner.net and I click anywhere on my site, say I go to Technologies, JavaScript, ext, Essentia, everywhere on my site I always have this link to Silicon Valley Code Camp. So when I click on this, it's going to automatically redirect me to Silicon Valley Code Camp. Everybody in the world who comes to Silicon Valley Code Camp by any link automatically gets tracked. It gets sent over as what's called a referring URL, and we are tracking that. Not nearly in my 5-minute scope, but that's okay. So when I click on this My Referral link, you're going to see a drop-down box right here. And in that drop-down box, if I expand it, it's going to show all the incoming referral links. Now, these are everybody. This isn't just yours. This is everybody's. So here's Oracle's got a bunch of links coming in. Here's 27 from Oracle's Tech Network. From Metasapiens, there's 7. From Essentia, there's 4. So what you need to do once you've logged in, like I'm logged into pkellner99, is find your link, and you're on your honor here to find your own link. Don't take credit for anybody else's. That's not nice. So click on peterkellner.net, that's me, and this particular link is coming from the Code Camp Web Series 2 article, because I wrote 6 articles on how I built the website, but this particular one is the most popular for some reason, so lots of people come from it. So I click on that. Now if I click on this button here that says claim the item selected in the above drop-down as your own, so here it is, I'm going to click it, and when I do that, look what's going to happen. I now have in my own personal list, I have peterkellner.net, this whole link as my own. So I'm going to edit that line item, this isn't in the article, and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to say, the referring URL is correct, is what it is. I'm going to say the friendly name is going to be Peter Kellner article 2 on building Code Camp website. And the group is just from Peter Kellner. So I just made some updates there, and I'm going to say update. Well, now when I go back to the live referral links page, look at that, Peter Kellner's article 2 on building the Code Camp website. If I had a URL for my home page in my registration, so let me just do that real quickly. I'll put in, obviously I don't have a URL there, so I'm going to put that in. I'm going to say http:// I guess I'll put in peterkellner.net, and I'm going to update that. So now when I come back to About, and I come back to live referral links, look at that. The group is Peter Kellner's blog, and so this means now anybody who comes to this website and hits the live referral links is going to see that Peter Kellner wrote an article that generated 6 referrals to Code Camp. So just something quickly to mention in terms of how to generate those. If I click on this, because this is actually a live link, it's going to take me back to my page, and which is nice because that's SEO that's generated that's going to take people back to you, in this case back to me. But see this link right here? Where this link came from is on the website. There's spread the word underneath About, spread the word. I give you all these very convenient URLs. So if you just take this little chunk of HTML, this anchor tag, and you just literally stick this in your page or in your post, it will generate this on your website just like it does on mine. So that's about it. In summary, we created a link that went from some found URL, again on your honor, pick your own, and by putting it in my own little collection and titling it the way I want. I don't actually have to title it. If I don't title it, it'll come out just like this one. And from here going forward, it will automatically have on this page that link that shows that your site generated traffic. And then when people come here, they'll see that and go, oh, I wonder who Peter Kellner is and what his article 2 is that generated all that traffic. It ranks it in the highest links to the lowest. I expect over time that we'll modify this to show like only the last 30 days or something like that. But for now, since it's brand new, it's just starting from this morning actually, and it'll just start accumulating. And we'll see how it goes. Well, thanks for listening, and remember, Code Camp is October 8th and 9th at Foothill College. I hope to see you there.